In this video, I want to show you exactly how I booked 2,238 booked sales calls for my consulting business in 2021 and the best strategies for 2022 for generating qualified appointments in your calendar and how you can scale your coaching, consulting, agency, or whether you have a course or info product to 7 figures and get to that 100K a month level in 2022. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first, let's dive into where our appointments came from, and then I'll break down each of these strategies in extreme detail. So the number one channel for us in 2021 and even going into 2022 is YouTube ads. Now, YouTube ads is very underutilized and it's very low key right now. People are talking about it, but not many people know exactly how to use YouTube ads to scale. Everyone's familiar with Facebook ads, scaling with that, Google ads, but not many people know YouTube ads. And I'll tell you this, I've taken about few different programs and courses that are literally like 5-10 grand on YouTube ads, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the stuff that I've learned was not even comparison to what those guys have teach. And I'm not batting anybody, but I want to tell you this. I learned YouTube ads from somebody that was spending $1.5 million a month and another guy spending $2 million a month. So about $30,000 to $60,000 every single day on YouTube ads, okay? That's how I learned, and I learned by doing it. The reason why YouTube is so good is because of the power of video. So with video, they say that your brain can process like visuals about 60,000 times faster than text. So if you think about just copy on text, right? If you're doing like copywriting on just straight text, like Facebook ads, with video, you can actually process it in your brain a lot faster. And not only that, the way that we do the YouTube ads and the way that you actually put them together is very, very interesting. There's a lot of little neat details on how to actually create a really good ad, but it hits you on multiple different modalities. So it hits you on your visual component. It hits you on the text. You're reading the text as it goes on. If we add some captions on there, it also hits you on the auditory level. So it hits you on so many different levels, and it just sucks you in, and it really helps you get more attention and pull in the right people, the right prospects, and get in front of the right people that want your offer. And if you get more attention, you get more people that are seeing you, then that's going to inevitably get more clicks, more leads, more appointments, and ultimately more sales and generate more cash that's coming into your business every single month. So YouTube ads has been a game changer for us. Again, it was one thing that I've been doing over the past about 12 to 14 months now, and has been completely just transformed our business. And I want to show you exactly why YouTube ads, and two, how we use it to generate appointments and how we scale our business and how we generate clients every single week, every single month. So why YouTube ads? So the first thing that I mentioned was that it processes the video a lot faster than text. And the second thing is it builds a lot deeper rapport with your prospect. If you think about video, like what you're watching right now, you're able to like kind of see me, talk to you, hear my voice, and it's just a lot more like different setting than if you're just on text or you're sending some emails or something like that, right? It's a lot more of a different environment, and you're able to really start to build that rapport and build that trust with your prospect. So video, especially YouTube ads and video ads, and more than that, it helps you to increase your conversion rates on the phone. So a lot of you that are watching this, probably, again, if you're interested in book calls, you sell over the phone. So you need strategy sessions, you need sales calls, demos, whatever the case may be. And when you're getting those calls, you're converting at a certain rate, right? To turn them into actual customers and revenue and cash and everything like that. And so with the actual YouTube ads, you're watching, just think about this, you're watching a YouTube video ad, then it goes to a video, and I'm gonna walk you through, again, the kind of process we take people through, but it basically goes to another video that kind of pre-sells your prospect on what it is that you do, how you can help them, how you can provide their transformation, and kind of details the problem you can help them solve, and then directs them to book a call, right? Now, when they book the call, now it's not just a static phone call. Now they get on Zoom and they see you on a Zoom video call. So the dynamic is like video, they see you in this one location, second location, third location, and it's all video, and they see you every step along the way. You're building that deep in trust as you go along, and in between you're going to mix in different customer interviews. So it's all video related, and so by the time they get on the phone on a video Zoom call, they're just going to sign up. And if you're not doing video Zoom calls, that's something you should also switch to. It's been a game changer for us, and I actually converted from about 20%, it was like 20-25% close rate over the phone, to about 40% close rate. So it really just skyrocketed our business. So I highly recommend you do that as well. in conjunction with YouTube ads. And another reason why you want to use YouTube ads is because you only pay if someone watches your video up to 30 seconds. So if they don't watch 30 seconds of your ad, then you don't pay for it unless they click on the ad. So if they click on it, you pay for clicks. But if they watch 28 seconds, you don't pay for that view if they don't click through. So if they skip the ad, so those ads that you see right before the video, probably you just saw before this video, they skip the ad like 5 seconds or before the 30-second mark, then you don't pay for it. So you can essentially get so much more impressions, like literally hundreds of thousands of impressions for free by getting in front of these people, again, if they don't click. And that impression, maybe they don't buy now, maybe they buy in a couple of days or weeks or months, but you're getting those impressions, you're getting in front of them literally at no additional cost. Most platforms are either per impression, you pay per impression, or it's just straight clicks, right? And so with the YouTube ads, you can get in front of people with your message, again, up to 30 seconds, and you don't have to pay for it. So it's super, super powerful and will help you generate more interest, more attention, and get more eyeballs onto your product and service. And another massive benefit of YouTube is it has such big audiences. So with YouTube, you can just target really broad keywords or broad audiences, custom audiences, topics that are really, really broad, and you can get your message out and you can scale a lot. Again, one of the guys I learned from literally spends about $60,000 a day on ads, and he absolutely crushes it. And it's because the large scalability with YouTube. And it's a lot simpler to do. On Facebook, it's a lot harder to actually scale to that level. With YouTube, it's a lot easier because it takes in the search volume, not just from YouTube, but also from Google, because Google owns YouTube, and then you're able to cross-referencing what I call cross-pollination, or cross-pollinating the different channels together through YouTube and Google, and basically tap into those massive large audiences from the two largest search engines in the world, which are Google and YouTube. Another massive thing with YouTube ads that was a surprise to me was how long the ads actually last for when you have a good ad. So obviously, it's a caveat, when you have a good ad. So when you have really good ads, they can last for a really long time. I have one ad that's still running to this day from May of last year, and it's just absolutely crushes it. I could just put it to new audiences and new keywords, and it just absolutely crushes all the time, right? And it's because it's a really good ad. So if you get a really good ad, and I have a whole script on how you do this, but when you have a good ad, it absolutely just skyrockets, and you're able to run it for a really long time, and it's going to consistently, one, generate you leads, and then get you booked calls. So fill your calendar with those calls. So really, just once you have a good ad, you can just let it run for a while, and has less fatigue on the ad, and you can run them for much longer, and it's going to have the lifespan of the ad run for a lot longer time period. Now with YouTube, just like any other channel, it's just a channel. It's just a traffic source. But how do you take that traffic and then how do you convert it into booked calls, into actual clients and actual revenue and cash for your business? So the main way that we actually took the traffic, right, and how we convert YouTube ads, because there's a lot of different things that you could use. Like there's a lot of things that people talk about there. You can use like a book funnel, you can use like guides, you can drive them to like a group. There's a whole bunch of different things. The way that I found and the way that we've been actually able to just generate literally around 200 to 250 calls every single month. As of right now, like this month already, we've generated over 240 calls, and the month's not even over yet. It's because we're able to get in front of this traffic and then convert it into leads and appointments. And so the way that we do this is we drive them into what I call a pre-selling mechanism, which is essentially a video sales letter. You're probably familiar with video sales letter, VSLs, and those go right into the video. And again, they watch the video, they get excited, they learn more about what you do, and then they book a call. So they opt in, you generate them as a lead, they watch the video, and then they book a call. And it's really that simple. And the really key things is you just have to have the really, really good VSL, really good pre-selling video, and the whole funnel needs to be really airtight. And you also have to have really good ads. Okay, so with YouTube ads, the ads are obviously the main thing. That's about 80% of your results. 80-20 of the 80-20 is the first 5 seconds. So of the 80-20, so the 80-20 is 80% of your results will come from the ad, and then 80% of the results from the ad will come from the first 5 seconds, okay? So the first 5 seconds is so key. And then you're driving them into your video, and then your VSL is also a massive component. So the pre-selling mechanism that you're going to use to pre-sell people before they come on the phone with you, and again, that's going to help you increase your conversion rates as well. So that's what we do. We drive them into the VSL, and then further than that, we have appointment setters. So this is something I'll talk about later on in this video as well. We have appointment setters that if someone opts into our video and they don't book a call, then someone reaches out to them, they call them, they text them, they email them, and they get them back on the phone if they don't book a call onto one of our advisors. So we have these specialists, what we call specialists, which are appointment setters, that go reach out and they go and they book them onto a call with one of our advisors, which is the actual person that's going to enroll them into the program. And then all the people that they no show, so they book a call but they don't show up, or they book a call and they don't close, that specialist also books them onto a call with one of our advisors and gets them back on the phone. Okay, so it's the whole ecosystem that I talk about in terms of, it's not just straight YouTube ad to the funnel. It's like, what is the follow-up mechanism after that? And then, for example, someone sees you on YouTube. Again, Google owns YouTube, so then you can go and place ads onto the search engine, so on Google search, and they search for your company, they search reviews, and you're there. You can direct them back to your funnel, or you can just direct them to a bunch of case studies to book a call. And then you also have the Google Display Network, which shows your ads and banners on all these different sites. So again, now you're just encompassing, you're becoming literally omnipresent with your prospects. And so they know, okay, this person, they've seen you on YouTube, now they're gonna see you everywhere else online, and it's gonna help you to generate a lot more traffic to your site and book a lot more calls. And so YouTube gets us right now about, I'd say 60 to 70% of our results right now in terms of book calls and cash collected and revenue and clients. But then the second channel that we use is actually LinkedIn with our specialists. So our specialists and appointment setters, they are leveraging LinkedIn. They're going out there. We have a automation system. Years ago, I've been coined like this LinkedIn king because I've just developed this system that works consistently for literally years. And it's not about spamming people. I've talked about this in other videos, but it's not about spamming people. We don't spam people on LinkedIn. There's two main strategies we use on LinkedIn that enables us to book a ton of calls. So number one is we do what I call the engagement approach. So the engagement approach is you're actually creating conversations, you're reaching out to them, you're engaging with them, and then you're having literally a conversation, and then you're going into seeing how this person, what their problem is, by asking good questions, which we'll talk about, which is like probing questions, diving into their problem, and then you're gonna take that problem and you're gonna see how and position how you can solve it and get them their desired result or transformation, and then ask them to book on a call. So it's very conversational, and it doesn't have to be a long conversation like 50 threads back and forth, but it can be a few messages back and forth before you go for the offer. Similarly, if you were to call someone on the outbound call, or if you were to be on an actual sales call, you're gonna find out more about them and what they're doing and focus on them before you go and pitch them. It'd be completely illogical for you to just go pitch someone without knowing their actual pain points and what it is that they want, okay? And so we do the same thing on LinkedIn, and this is where most people get caught up because they just go straight pitch, or they don't know how to transition the conversation into an actual call, okay? And this is something that we've mastered. And the second thing that we use on LinkedIn is what I call spearing. So spearing is very personalized videos that are, again, delivered to this prospect, and it's gonna show how we can help solve their problem and get their desired result. And we do a little background research, so it's very personalized to them, and then we convert them into calls. This is typically works really well if you're in B2B. So if you have a B2B offer, or you sell to like enterprise, or even just like high ticket, like 10K plus, even with 5K offers, this works really well. And this works especially well with agencies. So if you have an agency offer and you sell like a retainer, or you do some sort of rev share or percentage of ad spend, this works crazy well. And we're able to then book a ton of calls with spearing as well. And I'll talk about this as well later on in the video, but spearing is super good for also outbound email and sending those to the email campaigns as well. So that's the third thing I want to talk about is outbound prospecting. So outbound prospecting, again, with specialists. So everything we do is with the appointment setters that are leveraging these systems, so that you as a founder can free up your time to actually take calls and then essentially build out your sales team eventually to then scale, right? Because you need to free up your time. You can't be in the DMs all day. You want to have people that are specialists in this, that are really good at it, and that they're compensated for landing you really high quality clients, and then they're getting commissioned and they're going to make really good money by helping you and supporting you and scaling up your sales team and obviously your company. So what we use is we use outbound prospecting. So this is a function of outbound email, again, using the Loom videos and sending those very personalized. We also do what I call spearing text, which is very personalized text-based email. And these absolutely crush it, and it's a lot scalable because you don't have to create a video. You can do it in about I'd say about a minute per email. You can craft those very, very succinctly and very precisely to your prospect, very personalized. Those work extremely well, especially again for marketing agencies, works really well, especially if you're in e-commerce, like selling e-commerce marketing, right? So you're an agency owner for e-commerce clients. That works extremely well. And then also with outbound prospecting, we also mine our CRM. So any of the leads that come in from YouTube, any of the leads that come in from LinkedIn, any of the leads that we also scrape, they get put into our CRM, and then our specialists are mining those, right? So they're sending outbound emails, they're texting them because we have their phone number, and they're also calling them as well. And this is something that most people don't do, especially in like 2021, but that generated us a ton of clients from outbound calls. And for 2022, this is still an amazing strategy for filling your calendar. Again, granted, you already have a database, but even if you don't, mixing this in is going to absolutely help you generate a lot more booked calls for your company. Again, they have the problem, they have the solution, and a lot more people don't want to be doing the outbound calls, but it's more of a warm call, especially if you get the numbers from LinkedIn or they come inbound from YouTube. They're more receptive, they're more open to it because you're not coming in cold. It's like, hey, we connected on LinkedIn, just wanted to connect with you, and then boom, you go into the sales conversation and then see if it's a good fit and then book them onto a call. So we use those heavily, and also text messaging has been a killer for us as well. If you're not utilizing text for generating calls and generating interest, then you're missing out on a lot of calls, especially if you have a database like a CRM or you have just an email list as well. Then this is going to be great. And then again, our appointment setters are going in there, our specialists are going in there and they're setting them for a call with one of our advisors, and then our advisors are taking them through the process, seeing if we can help, and if it's a good fit, then we enroll them as a client to help them scale their business. And this fourth channel is the email list. And so the email list is a massive asset for you. Every time that we blast an email, it generates between around 5 to 10 appointments every single email blast, and I do that a couple of times a week. And so the email list is an amazing tool that you can use, again, to generate additional appointments and just nurture people. So there's 3 types of emails that we do. One of them is case studies or success story based, so I just send those out. The second thing is we do a value or like insights. So we do a value typing, really no call to actions. And then the third thing is we direct them to a video training. So either a YouTube video or a training that's hosted on a page that they can go watch, and then we direct them to book a call. Similarly, in the description, there's the description of the YouTube videos. They can go into our funnel, go book a call. And if they want to learn like YouTube ads or scaling their sales team or outbound prospectors, hiring appointment setters, that's all stuff that we talk about in our program. And so people can go into the description and book the call there. And again, that's a really, really good strategy for leveraging this. Now, those are the main strategies we use. And again, the last strategy, the fifth one, is our YouTube channel. So similar to what I just talked about, giving them massive amounts of value, and then in the description, they can go book a call. Now, all of these channels, they work really, really well independent of each other, but they work exponentially better if you merge them and have what I call a cross-pollinating strategy, and utilizing what I call like an ecosystem. So when someone goes and they opt in for you on YouTube, then that's also building your email list, and you're also to drive them to your YouTube videos. So that builds your YouTube channel, and it builds in nurturing them as well. And through LinkedIn and building your database, it's also going to build your CRM so that you can have your specialists reach out to them. And over time, it's just going to create a large database that you can tap into. If you want to book appointments like today, they can pick up the phone or they can go in the CRM, boom, and start drumming up some appointments. And it's going to be a massive asset that creates consistent cash flow for you over the long term. So those are the main strategies that we used in 2021, and those are the main ones that we're using in 2022. And those are the best strategies right now, especially if you run a coaching or consulting offer. So you sell over the phone and you need strategy sessions, inbound bookings, and you sell like a high ticket offer, so about 5 to 10K plus. This works really, really well. Again, if you have like an info product or course that you sell over the phone, works really good. And if you have an agency, so marketing or advertising agency, this works extremely well as well. And especially YouTube ads. So YouTube ads is the #1 platform right now, and it's something that we're going all in on. It's something that I actually coach my clients on, and I work with them one-on-one and help them script the ads, help them build up the whole process so they can scale to 7 figures. So hopefully you found massive value in this video. Drop a comment below what the biggest takeaway was and what channels you're going to be using for 2022 to grow your business, and drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.